So this is about the match statement, and I've taken this block of code, just a standard match statement out of, here's a match statement here out of ChatGPT, and I've stuck it into a function. And what this function does, it takes an input, and this input then is then inspected in the match statement just down below here. So we match on this input, and if we got start, then it prints starting. If we got stop, it prints stopping. And if we have a value that is an integer, and it is also greater than 0, then it will print out this statement here, which is processing, however many items that we put in, like value items. And finally, the underscore in the match statement means that we have an unknown command, like it's an unknown command, so case underscore is unknown command. So if we run this little block here in the interactive Python, what we get is, let's have a look at it. Starting, stopping, processing 10 items, unknown command. And also, like, we can use a match statement as well on a dictionary, and I've kind of done that. I've created a dictionary here, D1, just down below, and dictionary D2. They're slightly different dictionaries from each other, and then we've got a different function here, which I've just called process input dictionary. And the only difference really is actually the input is taking in a dictionary. So actually the function looks pretty much identical. Well, it is actually identical to the function above. So we could have even fed it straight into the function above. But just for the sake of clarity, we have a dictionary that goes in. And it does the same things. And again, if we run it, we get starting, stopping, and unknown command. And I guess if we put in, instead of a dictionary actually, but if we did do process input dict and put in 10, although we're told that we were expecting to put in a dictionary and we've just put in a number 10, I presume that would also work, and yes it does. But really the question is, and the reason why that works is because this is just a type hint, and we're not forced with our types in Python, unlike in other languages, so we should respect it. But so in theory this code is badly written in the sense that it shouldn't be allowing this as part of the case, at least for the inputs. But outside of that, the real question is there a case where we could use, a pattern at least, or a case in some way where we use a match function and we couldn't use the if-else-if statement? And the reason why is because basically the match function came about somewhere, I think it came about in Python 3.10. So basically in 2022 or early 2023, maybe 2021, but no earlier than that. So earlier versions didn't have it. So all other versions of Python for the past 20 or so years, 20 or 30 years, have not had this match statement available. When other people, and this is true for me, when I came from other languages, the match statement was really convenient. So I'd use this match, and then all of the cases that go inside of the match. And that was really helpful, and I didn't have to do a whole bunch of if statements. But it wasn't introduced into Python for that exact reason, which is that it added no particular value. And when I first went into Python, I was like, oh, it's kind of like missing something that all other languages have, and I'm missing a feature. But slowly, you discover that you just don't need match case. So where is there a case where you need the match statement with the cases that you could never replace, or there's a significant gain compared to using the if and else if statements? That's what I'm trying to establish in Python. Or is it just a level of convenience? It'd be interesting to hear in the comments if that's the case, or if somebody could pose or put down an example. I did have some kind of example, but it didn't seem to really. I mean, here is some kind of, where is it, down below, where it looks like there's some sort of saving from the dictionary, but it was not clear. So, and it's not clear that it actually saves that many lines of code anyway. Even if that was the case, it doesn't look like it saves barely any, although the case statement is a little bit cleaner here, but maybe it's doing other stuff. So is it really a case, and that's the question, where the match statement actually works in a way that we couldn't achieve quite simply with an if and else if, and that's basically it really. So that's a little match challenge in Python, the match statement, replacing an if and an else if statement. So I'll see what comes in the comments.